All right, I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I can ask for approval of the minutes dated October 5th, 2022.
I'll make a motion to approve the October 5th, 2022 minutes.
I'll second that.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next item I have is approval of the agenda for today.
I'll move to approve today's agenda.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item I have is approval of claims for payment dated October 12th, 2022.
Make a motion to approve.
No, I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I'm going to go ahead and move to the consideration to approve Hardin County Conservation Board's bingo event application. So this is presented to us because Conservation Board can't apply for this application on their own, so they need approval for us. This is an event that Conservation is holding, and I would suggest approving their request for the 14-day qualified organizational license.
I'll make that motion to approve.
I will second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
It's fundraiser for them.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item I have is a change of status for Alexander Morales. He is a part-time correctional officer at a rate of $20.35 an hour, hired effective October 13th, 2022.
I will make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item I have is the consideration of Recorder Cadner's monthly report for September.
I'll make a motion to approve as stated.
I will second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Number 2.
I have 9:02. I'm gonna go ahead and open the public hearing for the animal feeding operation construction permit for Mallard Bay site, section 16, Buckeye Township. I'm gonna ask Ken Kraus with Pinnacle to present and then ask for public comment to follow.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So what we've got here this morning is on the Mallard Bay site. That's at 18295 E Avenue up in Alton, Iowa, owned by Scott Shager. Last winter, we had a storm event go through, high winds, potential twister, tore the roofs off the 2 barns at that location and destroyed a big chunk of the landscaping tree line that went around the site. Those trees were an Aussie tree or a willow type tree, and they're not very good quality trees. So the owners have chosen not to replace those trees. And so with that, the original matrix store on this site was 470 points utilizing landscape points, which is question number 15 on the master matrix. And I believe it's a 20-point question. Anyway, they had enough points, they can eliminate the trees and still maintain a passing score. And so that's what they'd like to do here today. This site is 5,200 head, it's 2,080 animal units, and it's going to remain at 5,200 head, 2,080 animal units. There's no modifications being done to the outside or inside of the buildings. It's strictly removing the trees and the landscape requirement of the master matrix. So taking those 20 points away, our new score today would be 450 points instead of the original 470, with 440 points required to pass.
All right, I'll open up for public discussion? Yes, Julie.
Of course, I have, a comment. A person can't go to the courthouse and get a driver's license, scoring half of, half points. And if there's, and why don't they replant the trees? Why?
The trees, the wilt type trees especially,
Oh, I know what ours trees are. Go ahead, Ollie.
but anyway, the trees are extremely hard to manage around tile lines. And they'll plug up both county tile mains, has been our experience, and invited tile lines. And then takes land out of production or reduces production on that land. And so that particular tree is just really hard to manage.
Are there any other varieties that could be used? And I didn't know that you could put them, put hot factories in your tile. So, you know, if there's a spill or something, then it goes right into the tile. My real point is a score of 50% should not be passing. You should, in fact, put up other foliage, other plants, trees, bushes, whatever, in respect for community, because people are tired, sick and tired of having endless hog factories, animal factories in this county. So that's my point. No, I can't take away any of your points, and you know that, so.
I have no
End of
political
discussion.
response to your comments.
All right.
And I don't expect one thing.
Any other public comment? Sure. Yep. If you're on Zoom and have a comment, please unmute yourself. I think our environmental administrator Jessica is on. Go ahead and chime in if you have anything to add, Jessica. I appreciate you being here with us.
Hey, sorry, you were breaking up a little bit. I'm actually in the car on my way to Des Moines for a conference right now, so I can hear you very well. I heard everything that Kent and Julie said.
Okay, thank you, Jessica.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comment?
Swimming written.
Anything come in? Okay. All right, if there are no more public comments on this site, I can ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion to second. Any discussion? The only thing I'd add is we're not taking action today. It'll be next week. All right, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item I have is the public hearing for the Hardin Buckeye 25 site in section 25 of Buckeye Township. Ken?
So this site is just under construction right now. As we went through the original permitting and matrix discussion a few months ago, we were in negotiations, or the summit was with the acreage owner to the east. Summit eventually ended up owning that particular acreage. And then has since torn down the house. So the matrix scoring changed dramatically with that house now being gone. There now the closest residence is 2,683 feet to the northwest. With that, the original score was, let's see, the original score was 445 points. Taking that closest residence away, and we took away some points for needing to go with a 200-foot well, but we're actually now at 450 points of the required 440 points on the master matrix. This site again is not changing in size. There's no modifications being done to the buildings, and original head size was 4,999. And animal unit capacity is remaining at 1,999.6.
All right, thank you, Ken. I'll go ahead and ask for public comment. Julie,
Yes, pay 4,999.
Okay,
Had who counts those peasants who go into the building?
the site caretaker,
The site caretaker, who's employed by,
ultimately the site owner,
the site owner is,
Summit Farms.
oh, okay. But there's, you have an employee who works for you. Saying that, yeah, there were only 4,499, that's not backed up by independent observation, observer.
But these sites are all under random audit with the DNR, and they'll verify those numbers if they have any questions.
But what we've seen between, well, when DNR gives you, let you pass when you only have a 50% score, then it is what it is, and it would be nice if someone would there to count the number of voting and
I think you're mistaken if you think the master matrix is a test. It's a model to evaluate that building's
I think
placement within the neighborhood.
but thank you for your advice. And when Summit can buy a residence of a rural acreage, which contain that a family is now going to be, when you're thinking of economic development, and when hog factory people have enough money to just buy everything. When it comes to economic development, you're going to lose people from the county. And what about the newer contractors who, I assume that someone hires contractors for spreading the manure, is that correct?
They do some of the application themselves and they hire someone.
Okay, and are those, when they hire it out to a contractor, is that contractor licensed by the county?
No, it's licensed by the state and the DNR.
Does it have to be licensed by the county? Oh, okay, so. And when Summit wants to spread manure, they can close a road on their own. Put a tractor across the road.
Julie, I'm gonna ask that this isn't germane to this license.
It's germane to the subject of unfettered growth of factory farms in this county, which is not good for people and community. And so, yes, I will stop. Thank you.
Right.
Just to respond to that, there's never been a case I'm aware that somebody's been allowed to post road.
Well, it didn't happen. I mean, I do on that, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, other public comment. Any written comments submitted, Joey? Okay. At this point, I can ask for consideration to close the public hearing.
I'll move to close the public hearing.
We'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Last item I have is other business. Michelle,
I don't have any other business.
tax collections still coming along?
Yeah, people are paying still.
Okay.
If they forgot their. Hey, penalty after.
Yeah. Sheriff McDaniel,
Nothing.
okay, Counselor?
Nothing here.
Jolene, how's early voting going and?
Right now, as of yesterday, we had, I think, 568 requests for absentee ballots to be mailed out.
Okay.
And we will start mailing those out on Wednesday, the 19th. It's the first day we can, or something have in-person absentee ballot. Our in-person absentee vote.
Or like early voting?
Yeah.
Okay, Lance?
No.
Renee?
I have nothing.
Okay, I don't have anything this morning. Michael? Okay, at this point, I can either ask for adjournment or recess.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
No, I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.